For the last 4 or 5 years, I've really focused on having a trainer. Part of it is football, but part of it is life. I'm not getting any younger. I'm almost 40 years old. So you've got to take care of yourself. And nothing against Tom, meaning Brady, but I'm not eating any avocado ice cream. Well, according to our Football Power Index, the Steelers have just a 33% chance to make the playoffs. This for a team that never has a losing record. That's 21st best in the league. 12% chance to win the AFC North, well behind both the Ravens and the Browns. And it brings up what's become, I think, a popular question around people here. And Sacho, I'll start with you. Are people selling short the Pittsburgh Steelers?
They absolutely are. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, I believe, will make the playoffs this year, even in a loaded division. Here's why. Mike Tomlin, number one. In 14 seasons as a coach, he never had a losing season. Greeny, you alluded to it. He was the youngest coach to win the Super Bowl. We talked about that. Number two, you got the quarterback. No, you got the defense. Before we go quarterback, let's go defense. They've led the league in sacks the last 4 years. So this is a top defense in the NFL. They've led the league in sacks, and they're only getting better. Their defense is dominant. TJ Watt could have won defensive MVP last year. A lot of people think he should have won it last year. So defensively, they're dominant. And then lastly, at quarterback, you see him on your screen, Ben Roethlisberger. People say he had a down year last year. He changed his throwing technique, all those things. He was injured. He had an elbow injury the year before. He's another year removed, even healthier than the year before, and I think he's going to be good as well. And, oh, by the way, the running game struggled dead last or 31st in the league last year. Najee Harris is that good. He will make a huge difference for that offense.
Yeah, I mean, look, whatever flavor of ice cream it is he's eating, Ben has never been successful because of his dynamic athleticism. What do you think, D. Wood? People are writing off the Pittsburgh Steelers. Are you?
Greeny, the whole offseason, I had been writing off the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I just had a change of heart, man. Like just over the past couple of weeks, I just started thinking, wait a minute. We're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers organization with Mike Tomlin, who's never had a losing season. Like, they're going to return a top-shelf defense over there in that black and yellow, okay? And the one area that they struggled last year, and there's no question, was the running game, and in particular their offensive line. They've reshuffled the offensive line, and you would have to think the Pittsburgh Steelers will get that area figured out. Najee Harris, bringing him in, being a dynamic three-down type of player, he's going to help out Big Ben a lot. They have weapons on the outside. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to figure this thing out.
If there's ever been a franchise that gets the benefit of the doubt on things like that, I would think it's this one here. Jeff Darlington, was Shefty was the first one to say on this show, and I've heard others say it as well. People inside the league are a lot more bullish on the Steelers than most of us on the outside of the league. What things do you hear from people?
Certainly more bullish than Tannenbaum, for instance. By the way, can we go back? I just want to reference something about Big Ben. Did he really say in that quote, I got a trainer the last 4 or 5 years? Like, that's his devotion to, I got a trainer the last 4 or 5 years. Like, there's Len Dawson smoking cigarettes at halftime of a game, and there's Tom Brady, who obviously does it the way that, is unbelievable. There's somewhere in between, and it feels like, for the last 4 or 5 years, I've really focused on having a trainer. That sounds like my New Year's resolution, not like an NFL quarterback nearing the end of his career. I know I'm going a segue there, but...
No, it's a good segue. I mean, frankly, just among us, put us all back up on the screen there, Cindy, if you can, for a brief second. How many of us have had a trainer for the last 4 or 5 years? I've accomplished absolutely nothing athletically. Raise your hand if you've been working with a trainer. No? D. Wood, no?
Does the Peloton
no trainer?
Count?
What are you doing to keep yourself so svelte?
Just eating good, man. That's it. I just eat good, and I got this avocado. Look at this physique, Greedy. Do this physique look like it needs a trainer? Come on.
That's fair enough. You look like you are a trainer.
Good, baby.
To be completely honest. All right, leave it there a minute. I'll come back. Much more football as we go, but let me get to the storyline.
Ice cream over there.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.